to Earth Star. In 2023, you started a 2-year growth cycle with that 3 fast-growing tree energy of 2023, and now you are moving into the older, wiser 4-tree star, the tree that bends in the wind and is able to adapt to changing circumstances, just like the willow tree. And this year, the growth and the change continues, but it comes more from an outer world influence affecting you. Just like an older tree has to deal with storms, drought, fire, and insects, and everything you can possibly imagine that a tree has to fend off in the world while it continues to grow forth and maintain its growth. So you too will have to adapt to all these changing circumstances around you, more in the external ways this year, in your environment. And just be like a leaf on the wind, go where the winds may take you this year. Be open to course corrections and adapting and changing. Learn to go with the flow this year. This year may bring new opportunities for new growth and these aha breakthrough moments. But you're not as confident about the directions you want to go in as you were last year. It can feel like you're no longer in control of the changes that are taking place. It's more like they're happening to you rather than you creating change from within. So growth is affected by outside influences. Just like the trees in Monterey grow crooked because of the wind's strong influence, you may have to grow in different directions than you thought this year because outer elements are affecting you now. And you will have to adapt to these changing circumstances and just change your direction sometimes. And this is a time to really get into your beginner's mind and be willing to not know all the answers, to not know what your next step is going to be. Just stay open-minded. And maybe this is a good time to seek advice from a mentor or teacher who can guide you on your path ahead, and just be flexible. Allow for the big changes to take you in a completely different direction than you thought you were going. And try to be okay with not knowing where you're going in 2024 and just be in the moment and enjoy the ride. And this would be a good year to expand your horizons with some kind of continuing education, or perhaps a retreat getaway where you go and learn maybe a healing modality, or just some kind of self-help growth, personal retreat, educational experience. And you may face some difficulties in a 4 wood star year. There could be obstacles or issues that come from outside of you. Perhaps it's conflicts with other people that is out of your control. And this is all part of your transformative growth cycle too. This year brings some big but sometimes hard lessons. And the hardest part here is trying not to blame others for the things that are happening to you or the difficulties you may face, because there's a delicate balance here between behaving impulsively, emotionally in a moment of stress, or just not taking any action at all and trying to kind of hide under the blankets and hope it all goes away and letting things happen to you. So see if you can approach the situation, and just even your relationships could be strained under this winds of change that is happening. And just try to be present in the moment And you may even be reconsidering your role in a relationship or a friendship and rethinking about if this relationship is even working for you anymore. And you might be craving your own interpersonal freedom this year. And that is just really part of the energy of the 4 wood element. It wants to have that independence. And you may be feeling like your relationship is holding you back in some ways. And I would say don't make any big breakups or big changes this year, because it's just sort of the energy of this year and even going into next year that you may just feel discontent in your relationship. But if your relationship can withstand these 2 years of big changes, it may be worth keeping. So I think of this time really as a time to get ready, to be ready, like you would if you knew there was some major change happening on the horizon. But maybe don't make the change this year because there's too many unknown forces at work. This is a better time to use for interpersonal growth and doing some therapy or hypnosis to make internal changes about how you react to the external influences that are coming onto you, that are forcing you to make this change. And it's an excellent year to seek that wise counsel, maybe even get a life coach or advisor, or a healing or something, reading more books. Trees love to read books. Maybe this is a good time to get some self-help books. And as your tree has grown older and wiser this year compared to that young spring tree that you were in 2023, you may have to prune back some of the branches in a 4 wood tree year. And so maybe you were growing in a direction that didn't really pan out, or you took on too many opportunities and projects last year when you had all that energy, and now you're thinking, I don't really want to do that anymore. This can be a good year to prune back, to just cut back on all the things you're doing and really hone in and hyper focus on just a few projects instead of doing so many different things. Because you may even fall into a brand new opportunity this year and you want to make room. You want to prune your tree so there's room for new things, new opportunities to come in. Because if you have too many old dying branches on the tree, it can hold you back from new growth and moving forward into a new direction. So spend some time this year just figuring out how to prune your tree back, what needs to go. It can be even decluttering, space clearing, energy clearing, just trying to clear out any resistance, like a bonsai master who meditates and listens to the tree and decides what needs to be cut back. You too can cut back some branches in your life energetically. And this 4 wood star is also represented by the bamboo tree. So try wearing the lighter tea green colors of bamboo, mossy greens, and lighter browns to really align with the energy of this old bamboo tree and nourish your roots so that your tree can continue to grow, because the tree can only grow as tall as the roots go down. So getting into nature, doing some forest bathing, some earthing with bare feet on the ground, and new possibilities will show up to grow in new directions when you nourish your tree and you nourish the roots of your tree. So stay rooted. This is not so much of a doing year as last year was, but more of allowing things to show up for you now. So get into that allowing and receiving mode in this 4 wood star year. And I hope you have a wonderful year. I'm also doing a 9-star key astrology sale right now. So if you want to learn the 3 elements that you have, and also even more about this 4 wood star that you're traveling through, and receive distance Reiki and an energy clearing, the link is down below in the descriptions to purchase a 9-star key astrology reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.